Hello, everybody. I want to talk to you a little bit about meditation because later on this evening we're going to be doing moon meditation. So, first of all, the most important thing in meditation is to prepare yourself. Go ahead and make sure that you haven't eaten for at least an hour and a half, I would say. Go to the bathroom. Always wear natural fabrics, whether it's silk or cotton or hemp or nothing. Always make sure you're out of the wind, out of drafts, and just select a nice, comfortable, quiet place. Now, I'm actually sitting on a meditation cushion here, but I have my students just roll up their mats, and that's really a good thing to sit on. Sometimes some people need two mats, and the way we know how high we have to get our hips up off the floor is by this angle. So right where your hip comes out of your pelvis, your knee wants to be that height or lower. It should never be up here. So in other words, if I'm sitting like this, then it's very hard for me to keep my spine straight. And it also creates a lot of stress in my hips. So make sure that you're sitting up high enough. If this were me, then I would sit up again so that my hips would be up here and then I would be comfortable. So you want to be at the height so that when you relax your hips, then your knee is always lower than that crease right where your leg comes out of your pelvis. Now, the spine is straight. We actually open our chi channel. The chi channel runs right up the back of our body and down the front, or up the front and down the back in moon meditation. The other meditations, it's up the back and down the front. So we want to do that. Then we want to make sure to lengthen through the back of our neck. And we do that by just allowing our chin to gently just pull down just slightly towards the floor. And then I feel the energy shooting up through my neck. Then we're going to try to breathe through your nostrils. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through the nose or the mouth. Now, if you actually, when you meditate, your teeth aren't quite touching, just almost, and your tongue is always on the roof of the mouth, and your mouth is almost in a smile. So the lips can be slightly parted. If I'm here. Your eyes can be open, they can be half shut, they can be focusing on something like a candle. I prefer my eyes closed because then I can really get deeper inside, I feel. But I think every person's different. So the eyes go with what feels good to you. Then the hands, we start with, if you're a woman, your right hand is on top of the left, so the fingers are on top of the other. Males, your left hand is on top of the right. So here we are. Then the thumbs connect. So I have like a little round channel. So I'm really getting that chi to come right through this little circle formed by my hands, and it goes right into my lower dantian. So let's talk about energy and our bodies. For Chinese culture, we have three dantians. If it's yoga, if it's Indian culture, there are 7 chakras. Actually, China has 3 dantians and the perineum and the sky door, so they have 5. But it doesn't really matter because all, whether it's 7 or 5, they are all located on the same line of the body. So right now, since we're doing Chinese, we're going to start with lower dantian. Lower dantian is like 3 fingers below the navel, and it's actually all the way down to the pubic bone. It's in the center of the body, and this is your bank account. This is where you're storing all that energy, all of that chi. And actually, pretty much the purpose of meditation is to collect more energy in that lower dantian so you have more energy to power your day, to keep you healthier, to open up your meridians. And so here's your bank account. This is the most important one. Then we have the middle dantian, which is right between the nipple line. Of course, it depends upon the size of your breast where the nipple line is. But if your breasts were small, it would be between the nipple line. Males, it's easy to find on you. And that is where the chi, or chi is the life force that makes up everything in our universe. The chi is made right here. And in order to make that, we take the air we breathe from our lungs and the food we eat that's in our stomach. So we take the food chi and the air chi, and they combine together to make chi. And that is the only other way that you can actually increase the chi that was given to you at birth by your mother and father. And that's called your original essence. So in meditation, we're trying to collect more chi from everything around us into our bodies. And then that's number 2. Number 3 is going to be the third eye, and that's right between the eyebrows and the center of the forehead, and that's the spiritual chi. So that's the lightest chi. That's also the most difficult one to really connect with. So 3 points: lower dantian, middle dantian, upper dantian. Then let's go to sky door. Sky door is, you remember when the baby has a soft spot? That soft spot is your sky door. And by the time you're 2, it is completely closed over. So right now, imagine that soft spot. That's your sky door. And that's going to open up and take in the moon chi today when we do our moon meditation later. So the sky door, the upper dantian, middle dantian, lower dantian, then right between your legs is the perineum. And the perineum is actually right in front of the rectum, right behind the vagina for women, the scrotum for men. And that is a very important point in that energy cycle, because it connects the Ren and the Du channel, the front and the back channel. So this is very important, right between the legs, the perineum. And as we meditate, we do natural breathing. So as we inhale, it's like a baby breathes. Inhale, your stomach goes out. Exhale, the stomach goes in. Inhale, the stomach goes out. Exhale, the stomach goes in. Now let's try to connect your tongue with your stomach. So right now there are 3 positions for your tongue on the roof of your mouth. One is right behind the front teeth, one is in the center of the roof of the mouth, and one is at the back of the roof of the mouth. We very seldom use the back one, but the first 2 we use often. So everybody start with your tongue connecting the center point. Now as you inhale, your tongue is going to go forward to the first position, right behind the teeth. As you exhale, it goes back to the center. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Now we're going to try to connect your tongue and these lower abdominals. So let's breathe in. Tongue goes forward, stomach goes out. Exhale, tongue comes back to the middle, abdominals. Fall back to your body. Inhale forward, tongue and stomach. Exhale, they fall back. Now, the slower you breathe, the more relaxed you're going to become. And the more relaxed you are, the slower you're going to breathe. So you want to try to keep your inhale and exhale even, and you want to make them as slow as possible. Very gentle. Inhale and exhale. So if you're a female, right hand on top, male, left hand. Oh, and I should also talk about your legs. You want to be comfortable. So go ahead and just fold one leg in. The other leg can be right in front of it. If you're really flexible, you can put this up here. And if you're really flexible, you can put the other one up in full lotus and have both of your feet right here. So do what is comfortable for your body, because the most important thing when we meditate, we're going to be here for probably 30 minutes. So you're going to want to be comfortable. You might want to put something under your feet so it's a little bit soft in case they're bony. And other than that, I think that it's just a matter of relaxing and enjoying yourself. So let's just start, women, right hand on top, men left on top. Then we're going to put our thumbs together to make that little round cave. The wrists are actually relaxed on my thighs. My elbows are out to the side, away from my body. You don't want your elbows in touching. They want to be out. Then chin slightly in, shoulders relaxed. Inhale and let your shoulders just fall. Tongue is on the roof of the mouth. And now very slowly, just inhale through the nose, tongue forward, stomach forward. Exhale, tongue back to the middle, abdominals in. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Now you don't have to breathe with me. Find your own speed, but you want your inhale and your exhale exactly even. Now, why do we put our tongue on the roof of our mouth? Everything we do in Qigong, the tongue is always on the roof of the mouth, and it's for a very good reason. Because the channel that runs up the back of your body is called the Du channel, and the coming up the front is called the Ren. So the Ren is coming up, and the Du is going back. Ren is up, Du is back. Now this is today when we do our moon meditation. We're going to go up the front and down the back. Up the front and down the back. Up the front, down the back. Normally, if we were meditating regularly, we would go up the back and down the front. But those two channels are separated at our mouth. So in order to connect that channel, the front and the back channel, we have to put the tongue on the roof of our mouth. And actually, every person is a little bit different. You may feel a stronger connection in the middle of your mouth or a stronger connection closer up to the front of your teeth. So sort of experiment with the edge of your tongue and see where it feels that stronger connection, because that'll be the right connection for you. And then we have this main chi channel. So when we meditate, this main chi channel, it starts at the perineum, goes up the back, it goes down the front. The main chi channel, when you meditate regularly, goes up the back and down the front. Then all 12 of your main meridians come off of this main chi channel. So this is like the major river, and all the other rivers that flow out, all your meridians. There are 6 to your arms and 6 to the legs. those flow off of this main chi channel. So that's why we're trying to collect energy into this main channel. That's really the basic purpose of all meditations, is to create the chi stronger in this main chi channel so it can feed the meridians, which of course feeds all of our internal organs, and the balance that goes on between our bodies. That's what helps keep us healthy, and we live much longer, healthier lives. So let's just start right now. Tongue on the roof of the mouth. We're going to start at the perineum, and let's just slowly inhale, stomach out, tongue forward. The chi goes up the back, and you exhale down, front into the lower dantian. You bring it right in to the bank account. So from the perineum, inhale up, collecting all the chi right up through the sky door, collecting more. Come back down through the middle dantian to the lower into your bank account. Right here. Just cycle. Inhale up, exhale down. So that is meditation. And I always tell my students, they say, how long should we meditate? And of course you can meditate for 5 minutes, you can meditate for 10 or 15, but actually it will take 25 minutes until your legs start falling asleep. And that means none of the chi is flowing into the legs, because you want the chi in this main chi channel. That's what we're trying to build strong. So anything we do after 25 minutes is really beneficial. So I always tell my students to push eventually for at least 30. And then of course, sometimes you bliss out and you go to 45 or 50 or an hour, and then it's a half a day. And if I were a monk living in the cave, I might be meditating for 2 or 3 days. At any rate, it's all about the main chi channel. So that being said, let's prepare for moon meditation. And I think I'll stop the video right here.